Have you ever been chick-jailed by an ugly have you ever been chick-jailed by an ugly nigga? Are you dumb? What's good, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hey, what's up, love? I'm Kay, and if you've been here before, thank you so much for stopping back by. All right, so today I'm excited. It is our first episode of Babe Fashions. So if you're not part of the Instagram family, basically, let me explain what Babe Fashions is. I started a whole email address just for this, where basically you guys can come in and submit any of your life dilemmas, whatever the topic may be. If you're just in a sticky situation and you kind of need advice, you don't have to go by my advice. I'm not a counselor, do you know what I'm saying? So you don't have to stick to my advice. But if you do want to hear another perspective, you know, what I would do in your situation or what I think, then yeah, you can definitely submit to babefashions at, well, it's actually babefashions13@gmail.com. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get into it. I got a couple of them. I'm not going to be answering like gang because some of them are long, but I do actually want to read exactly what the person said, because a lot of the time the way that people present their stories kind of tells me how they're feeling and kind of tells me where their head's at. So I wanted to like summarize them, write them just on a piece of paper and like tell you the main points, but I noticed that there is some language and there's just some word choices that paisa a person, you know. So I wanted to read exactly what you guys said. Some of them are long, but I'm gonna try and pick as many of the short ones as possible. But if it's juicy, girl, we have time. You have a drink, get your drink, get yourself a drink, get yourself a snack, whatever it is. Let's spill some tea. Let's spill some tea, you guys. Let's go. I'm excited. So let me see, do I want to go with a short one or long one first? Okay, cool. Let's go with the short one. And actually, this is one of the wildest ones. I had like a whole session with myself about this one because I read it, I was like, girl. I didn't even read it like thoroughly because I do want to be surprised with you guys. But I was like, bitch. Okay, so I'm not gonna say who it came from, but the first one says, so I stay in the same res with this girl that my ex left me for. Although we broke up because of our own issues, I still feel like if she didn't exist, my mans and I would still be together. So this other day I saw her sitting outside on a phone call, and I know after that phone call she was going to go shower and smell nice for my mans, then go to his room. I'm trying so hard not to interrupt this. So I locked her apartment's butler, and I know they leave the keys inside. I laughed so hard when she went and realized, shit, it's locked. Long story short, that evening she sat outside and waited for mans to come back at 12 midnight, then go to sleep in his room. I felt so happy and so proud of myself. So dangerous. Am I psycho? That's not the question you should be asking me. That's not the question you should be asking me. You should be asking me, how far along in my journey of being Moloi do you think I am? That's the question you should be asking me. Which level, which grade of which school do you think I'm in? That's the question you should be asking me. This is so embarrassing. I won't lie, like, it's so embarrassing because I think so many girls go through this thing where they know, like, you know deep inside, like, that man, it's not Wusi, there was another girl. You even said it, like, you guys broke up because of your own issues, right? And if she didn't exist, do you think you guys would still be together? So you guys had issues that were big enough for you guys to break up, and you still think that another girl's presence is why you guys didn't give it another shot. So you would have stayed in some shit ass situation if someone else didn't come and make him happy. Okay, fine. I just want to address, you know, the girls that feel or want to sabotage their man's new thing. I don't care how accomplished you feel. Yes, she sat outside until 12, But he could have gone to bed at 12 midnight. Instead, whatever he did that was keeping him occupied until the fact that he came at 12, that made him come at 12, he still went to her. He still came to her rescue. Listen, let me just put it this way. At 12 midnight, abantu balele, he went to save her. You went to sleep smiling. Are you dumb? What about this made you happy? Do you know how much niggas love to save girls? Do you know how much niggas love the damsel in distress thing? Do you know how much niggas they live for that thing? And you gave it to them. You gave it to them. You were like, yeah, let me give you something, you know, to spice things up, guys. Let me give you an opportunity to go and save this girl. Do you know how much niggas love to do that? You're not psycho. I'm so sorry, babes. I love you so much, but you're dumb as fuck. This is stupid. Like, I don't understand girls that are gonna go create fake accounts to go and stalk the new girl and like send crazy messages. You stalk the new girl, you send crazy messages, it brings them together. It makes them, she's literally gonna be like, dude, Bega, look at your girls, what's going on? He's gonna be like, no, they're crazy, baby, don't worry, me nang pay and I pay. Like, you see, like, you're giving them imnandi, like when he's just like, no, babe, don't worry, I choose you. Do you know how nice that thing is? Do you know how nice that thing is? Like being given that extra oomph in a relationship. By the eggs, the crazy eggs. You're dumb as fuck. Oh my god, you're so stupid. Like, you know, she went to go cuddle. Like, they're gonna go cuddle after he saves her. Like, I don't get where the satisfaction comes from. Like, what is satisfying you about the situation? You locked her butler. I don't get it. And she's gonna go shower at his house. She's gonna wear his t-shirt because she's gonna get into her apartment. When you created the most romantic situation for them. You gave it to them. You gave it to them. Like this. She's gonna be like, oh my gosh, and I couldn't even shower. And he's gonna be like, it's okay, you can shower at my place. I'll even give you my t-shirt. You'll sleep in my boxes. Don't worry, babe. I'll make the bed warm, whatever, you know, I'll make you coffee. I'll comfort you. Askisi. All courtesy of you. You have given it to them. Dude, if you're a girl who's trying to sabotage your ex's new thing, my advice to you is to love and respect yourself, and don't make things worse than they are already for yourself. Because imagine now you were awake when he came to save her and he takes off his jacket and he wraps it around her, and imagine you saw that. Do you understand? Like, you've made things worse for yourself. Like, heal and just move on and understand the fact that your relationship didn't break down because of this girl. You know that. You said it. And make peace with the fact that Yazin, he's got somebody else. Yes, it's in close proximity. They live in the same res as me. Sharp shit happens. But at the end of the day, let me love and respect myself enough to not let myself see stupid shit like that and potentially make their bond even tighter. Like I'm saying, like, men love to save girls. They love to be the hero in a lot of girls' situations. So if you're mean to her on social media, or you try to be like, you know how girls like to bully girls on social media and stuff like that, like if you find out that the ex-girlfriend is the one who's doing these crazy things and you tell your man, he's definitely gonna protect you. He's definitely going to be like, oh no, don't worry about it. You know, like, you're creating a space for them that could have never even been there had you just moved on, you know, and just loved yourself. You say you feel dangerous because you locked a butler and took the keys. Bitch, shut up. Okay, let's do one other short one and then we're gonna do a nice long one. So she says, hey Kay, so there's this, oh, by the way, I'm on my laptop now because it's emails, so I'm on my laptop. Anyway, so she's like, hey Kay, so there's this thing, late last year, I had for the first time. It was so painful and unbearable that we decided to stop. So early Jan, I went to the doctor for a minor illness, and the doctor told me that he sees something irregular in my abdomen. Turns out I have a low cervix and my uterus is in a weird position. So I literally can't fit anything in my lady part. So now, I want to be celibate like I was before, but I'm worried about how it's going to affect my future relationships. I know you're not a professional or anything, but I just needed to let it out because I haven't told anyone. I feel no one is going to understand. This is wild, and she's 21. Wait, let me Google something. Girl, what can you do about a low cervix? I mean, I know you're not asking me for like health advice, but I want to know. Like, I really want to know. Damn, it's not even about celibacy at this point. Damn, I've never heard of this in my life, I won't lie to you. But at this point, it's not even about celibacy or anything. It's basically just finding a partner who understands that you've got a health condition, and somebody, I think, work on the relationship. This is not something that you want to tell everybody, especially because you said like you have not told anybody. So clearly I don't think you're comfortable telling people about this. For me, how I'd personally go about this is I take it as a blessing, and it low-key removes like the sexual thing in like getting to know people and stuff like that. So in this, you could really just like find, obviously, like even if you find the perfect partner, shit could happen down the line, but somebody who's understanding enough to like go through it with you, where you have someone that you trust, and then you guys as a couple will go and seek like advice from an actual doctor, like what you guys can do about it. Especially if, I don't think this has anything to do with celibacy. I don't think this thing is even pushing you to be celibate, but it is giving you a chance to remove sex as a thing, which is a blessing. I won't lie to you. It's just how I look at it is like, I don't think this is completely a bad thing. It just gives you a chance to actually get to know someone enough to trust them with this information, and then you guys deciding together that, okay, Shab, let's go see what we can do about this. This is definitely like a health thing. It's not about celibacy at all. You can go back to being celibate. I don't think you got a choice, girl, but you can go back to it. And I think, yeah, I think it would be very wise for you to go back to removing sex as like a thing, and then only being with people that you really want to like trust with this information, and go seek help and just like direction as to what you can do, because you're 21. You're 21, dude. This is hectic and I've never heard of it before. But yeah, like, I don't think you should look at it as something bad, and I don't think that it is something that you want to share with everybody. I don't think everybody's gonna understand. Yeah, no, dude, this is like, you need a mature ass partner who can understand and walk the journey with you. Yeah, just don't look at it as a bad thing, in my opinion. I wouldn't look at it as a bad thing. But yo, okay, so this girl's her title of her email says "Try Love Situation." Child, let me drink my coffee. So she says, "Hey Kay, so I'm currently 22 and I met this guy 10 years ago. He's only 3 years older than me, and when we met we fell in love, but we didn't start dating right away. Cool. We stayed friends for 4 years and we finally started seeing each other in the 5th year of knowing each other. Cool. I never shared this kind of bond with anyone, so I cherish it so much, but so much has happened in the past 5 years that I have no idea what to do about him." I already know what I'm gonna say. I already know. Anyway, in the 6th year of knowing each other, he gets someone else pregnant. Fire. Fire in the name of Jesus. Okay. In the 6th year of knowing each other, he gets someone else pregnant and denies the child in front of me. But then after 2 years, he claims that he's in a relationship with the baby mama, but still wants to continue being with me because he loves me too. It took me months to accept it, but I eventually did. What did you accept? What? Okay. Because I love him. Okay. So we kept seeing each other, knowing that I wasn't the only woman in his life anymore. He never posted anything about me on social media, but he'd always praise her online. in person. He tells me that it's only for publicity. Men think that they are the shit. Men have found a way to convince themselves that they are Beyonce. Anyway, because he wants to be looked at as a good dad. So last year I posted a picture of us on his Facebook using his account. I love your work, I love it. And he got so mad and slapped me in front of his friends, yelling at me to respect his woman. Why is the email not finished? Why is there still more? Why is there still more? I felt so horrible, so I walked away without saying a word or even crying. I kept ignoring him for some time and he ended up showing up at my workplace. He's about to manipulate you, ne? I can feel it, okay. He then started telling me a story about how bad he felt for doing what he did and even wanted to commit suicide. I knew it. I didn't believe him at first, but his whole family was talking to him on the phone as though he really wanted to kill himself, so I slowly believed. A few days later, he pleaded with me to go home with him after work and I agreed. In the morning, his baby mama caught us and started going crazy on me, leaving him out like he's not at fault. To be expected. She grabbed a broom and attempted to hit me, but I ended up blocking by grabbing it. In a few minutes, his mom rushes in and stops the drama. His mom? And that's just part of the story, okay? The thing is, I love this guy, genuinely. And I feel like he loves me too, but has a baby mama who loves him too, whom he loves. Okay. I never thought I would be in a love triangle and I can't seem to find my way out. I tried keeping my distance, but he always finds me, no matter where I am and no matter how hard I don't want to listen to him. I always end up listening and I fall back into a complicated mess. He won't leave his baby mama for me, but doesn't want me to leave. He says the only way he can be with me only is if she walks away, which I hardly think she'll ever do. So I'm thinking of letting go of my love for him, but it's so hard to do when I'm around him. What's your take on this? Please let me know. And then she's like, thanks for reading. Do you know, I know this, like, I was like talking about, oh, I know exactly what's gonna happen, but you know what makes this tricky? And you know what makes a lot of situations very tricky is time. You've known him for 10 years. You guys have been in love for like 6-7 years. And I know, like, no matter what I say to you, something about time in a girl's mind will always block all sorts of logic. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, something about how long we've been together, how much we've been through, something about that will always block logic. And it's only when you let go of things like that that you truly will find a solution, you know? So my best advice is to actually look past time and feelings and actually look for you know, like you. It's not about him at this point. It's about you. There's so many. When it comes, I can't even say, oh yeah, girl, leave him because of this. You've listed 15 reasons why you should leave him. But it's not about him. It's about you. And I think that's what it's about. Like, when it comes to a situation like this, something even more complicated than this, something less complicated, it's not about the other person. It's about you, okay? You letting go of the feelings and attachment, and even if you don't let go of the feelings, just you attaching yourself or detaching yourself from the situation and attaching yourself to things like self-respect and things like self-worth and trust. You know what I'm saying? Like, this type of thing is not going to be solved by you seeing how bad it can get. It's gotten bad. He's hit you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gotten as bad as it possibly can get. So it's not about how bad is this gonna go. Like, oh, I'm gonna leave when it gets worse. Like, it's gotten bad. The only thing that can actually help you get out of the situation is for you to look out for you. It's not about him anymore. If you want to leave the situation, you have to look at, okay, he's done A, B, C, and D. And it's affected me in A, B, C, and D the way that it's affected me is that who I want to be. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, certain things and the way certain people treat you, it's not about them. You know they're a piece of shit. You know it. It's about, I'm not a piece of shit to myself. I love myself. You know, I respect myself. I want the best for myself. I don't want to feel like this anymore. It's about me. You know, it's not about, oh, he sucks. He's done this. He's done that. It's not about him, bro. It's genuinely about, bro, I don't want this for me. I don't want this for me. I don't want to be in a relationship with somebody for 7 years and then be caught by his baby mama. That's your man, you know, like technically that is your man. Why are you using side chick language? You're not his side. You're his girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Just because you don't have his child does not make you less worthy of that respect. You know what I'm saying? The way that you've painted this picture, it seems like the girl has no idea who you are. If she can walk in and beat you with a broom, she doesn't know you. She doesn't know about you. You know about her. He's made this girl, he's put this girl on a pedestal, and you've known him for longer, and that must suck. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he posts and praises this girl, and you are a secret, but that's your man, and that must suck. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like, you leaving a situation like that is honestly and truly not about him. You've seen how bad it can get. It's about you. It's about what you see for yourself. Do you see yourself running and ducking away from somebody just because they have his child? Like, people have relationships outside of the fact that they've got like a child, but they are able to tell their baby mama, like, bro, respect her. You know, she's a big part of my life. But he clearly is lying to this girl. He's clearly painted a picture to this girl that she's the only one because they've got a family. And to you, because you don't have his child, he's able to be like, nah, dude, but you know, she's got my baby. Don't ever let people use a child or a baby mama to disrespect you, because at the end of the day, somebody who wants to be with you will draw boundaries for you. Do you know what I'm saying? He'll make somebody understand. He'll just create those boundaries to make you as comfortable as possible. And if he doesn't try to make you comfortable, I doubt that his love for you is even real. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. It's crazy that he got so angry that you posted a picture of the two of you, that he hit you in front of his friends even. Like, he's clearly lied. You are not his girlfriend to anybody. Like, in his reality, you do not exist. So that's why I'm saying it's not about how bad it can get with him, bro. It's all about you and how much respect you still have for yourself to leave a situation where honestly and truly in reality you do not exist. Does that make sense? So honestly, girl, I'm sorry you went through this. But yeah, one thing about us, one thing I would like to tell girls, you know, all of us guys, like, if there's one shackle, if there's one bondage we need to let go of, it's the bondage of time. Time means nothing. Time means nothing. Like time is very sensitive. I'm like a very sentimental person when it comes to time and like how long we've known each other and what we've experienced with each other. Like, I'm very sentimental when it comes to that shit. But at the same time, I feel like it can be used against us so quickly that we won't even realize. Like, niggas will be like, nah, but we've been together for 5 years. She knows, like, we'll be fine. You know, like, especially because niggas know how special things like how long we've been together is to a girl. That they can take that and use it as a weapon so quickly, our heads would spin. Okay? But yeah, it's one shackle we need to get rid of, guys. We can't bond ourselves like this. Okay, so here's another like kind of short one. So she says, hey Kay, so I just feel the urge to leave social media for a whole year because I'm very unhappy and sad. I feel as though I need to work on myself and be a better person. I always plan, but somehow never see it through and just wallow in sadness. I find myself camping on social media, IG more especially, and just admiring people that are doing the most for themselves, and I wish it were me doing something for myself that made me happy at least. I have so much potential and I know that. I just don't seem to know how to get out of a funk. Also, I'm thinking leaving social media might take me aback because I do need to build up my account since I really want to start a YouTube channel. It sounds to me, honestly, that you're like a little bit depressed. And it's crazy, you know, like the cycle of I need to do stuff in order to get myself where I want to get, but the fact that I can't get to where I want to get makes me sad, and being sad makes me not able to like do stuff. So it's like a circle, and I get that. Like I understand that. And social media, honestly, is like one of those things. To me, I think when you work in the industry, you really realize that this thing is a whole lie. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. I get the cycle. I can't say snap out of it because I don't know where you are mentally and like mental health wise. So I can't say to you, yeah, no, just get out of it, like, you know, just do it. But at some point you have to take a chance on yourself. There has to be a point where you take that risk and like just take a chance on yourself and like take a bet on yourself and just try to do it. Like the thing about social media is you never see the come up, you never see the struggle, you only see the pretty pictures, the subscribers, the Louis Vuitton, the cars, the apartment pictures. You only ever see that because that's what people want you to see. You never see the struggle, you never see the not having equipment, you never see the depression, you never see the social media breaks that a lot of people actually needed to take themselves. You'd be surprised how many people go through exactly what you're explaining. It's just that they're at a bigger level and they've just been doing it for longer and they've taken that chance on themselves. But guys, it can only get better if you do it. You know what I'm saying? It can't get better if you don't. Like driving, for example, you can only get better by doing it. You can't say, oh shit, I can't drive, oh shit, I'm not driving, oh shit, I'm a bad driver, and like not drive. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you actually have to drive. If you ever fail, you're not really failing, you've learned something from that. And I think it's always just taking life in a positive light and just being like, you know what, if I fail at something, I'm clearly learning. You know, like I'm learning, and let me give myself that shot. Let me give it a chance. Let me give it a chance. Let me actually go and fall so that I know how to walk. Do you know what I'm saying? Like in order for you to walk, you have to get comfortable with falling, and you can't just sit and be like, shit, you know what? I want to walk, but what if I fall? You're going to fall. Let me tell you one thing for sure, you're going to fall. There are going to be so many times where you upload a video that you think is great and then it doesn't perform that well. It still happens to me to date, where I think, oh my god, this video idea is amazing, and then it doesn't do as well as I thought. And I'm just like, okay, let's readjust. Maybe there's certain things that people like to watch, and there's certain, you know, like I've had to readjust. Even freaking last year, up to last year, I had to readjust the kind of content that I put on my channel. I had to readjust how much of that content I have to put. I'm constantly learning. I'm constantly learning, you guys. Like it's a constant thing. It never ends. Like you'll get in fights with brand managers. It will never end. But you can't take it as failure. You have to take it as a lesson. If I have a bad brand deal right now because I didn't do something right, so I didn't stick to brief, or I didn't know what I was doing and I didn't ask enough questions, the next time I get a brand deal, I'm going to make sure that what I did then and I didn't do correctly, I'm going to make sure that I do with the next brand. You know, I'm going to make sure that I ask these questions. I'm going to make sure that I do this. And like, it's constantly learning, and it's something exciting because you don't know how far you can go should you give yourself that chance to learn. You know, the more you learn, the more you experience, the higher you propel, and it's exciting to see how far you can go. Yes, you do fall, but sometimes falling is exactly what you need to put you into your purpose, because when you fell, you were doing something that was not your purpose. But when you rise up again and you try something different, or you try something in a different way, that is your purpose, and now you're doing it properly. Now you're finding your people. With the new way that you're creating, you're finding your audience. You know, like every single time you fall, guys, it doesn't mean it doesn't mean you failed. But you cannot, like I said, if you don't drive, how you gonna learn how to drive, girl? If you don't walk, how you gonna learn how to walk? If you don't fall, how you gonna learn how not to do things? You know, like, it's scary, but honestly, it needs to happen. That's just how I feel about it. It's scary, but it needs to happen. Hey Kay, so I met this guy last year, September, and we've had a good friendship. In December, he tells me that he likes me, but I do not like him like that. But I decided to give him a chance. Maybe I'd like him. Then now the guy tells me that if him and I are going to be in a relationship, I shouldn't tell anyone. Even my friends should not know about him. He claimed he liked a private life, but he was definitely saying I should be a secret. I even asked him if we are not going to be seen in public together. He said he doesn't know. 2 weeks later, I found out that he has a girlfriend, but guy is still confessing how he likes and wants to be my boyfriend. Do you see what happens when you lower your standards? I just, it's always so amazing. Like, every time you decide, you know, let me give him a shot. Like, I don't really like him like that, but let me give him a shot. Like, men will always find a way to make you question where you are going. Like, if I'm being dead ass, it always happens. Like, you'll lower your standards even a little bit. When you lower your vibrations, I'm telling you, stupid shit like this will happen to you. Like, stupid, like, imagine if he found out that you don't even like him like that. Like, you were giving his little wonky ass a little chance, and now he's out here acting like you're a secret when you're the one who lowered your vibrations to be with him. Never settle. Never settle, guys. You'll regret it. Like, men will make you question where you were going. Like, dude, you'll be like, let me give him a chance. They'll make you regret it. They'll make sure they find a way to make you regret ever settling. If you settle, this is what happens when you settle, guys. Don't settle. If you're not feeling somebody like that, why go? Why do it? Why do it? Like, why? And then you wonder why people are like single for 4 years, single for 5 years. It's because of shit like this. They know, like, if they settle, there's something that's going to make you. It's like dating an ugly nigga. It's like dating an ugly nigga. Like, when you date an ugly man like that you're not fully attracted to, that's like ugly, like, and you're just like, but you know, he's a nice guy, let me try. If there's a if you experience a before you say yes, go forth. Have you ever been chick-jailed by an ugly have you ever been chick-jailed by an ugly nigga, or somebody that you gave a chance, like somebody that you were like, yes, it's like, let me try. Have you ever been chick-jailed by someone like that? Like, you'll sit down and you'll be like, wow. Wow, like, wow, I was doing you a favor. There's no favors in the game, baby. There's no favors in the game. You go for what you want and what you deserve, or you leave shit alone. They'll jig-gel you. They will jig-gel you. Okay, so I'm gonna do one last long one, and then I think I'm gonna wrap it up, okay? Hi Kay, I just wanted your view and opinion on this. So I started dating my baby daddy when I was in grade 11, going into grade 12. I was still very young, and I was like 17 or 18, and he was going into his second year in varsity. I fell in love with him and everything was going smooth until he started being insecure. So whenever other niggas would approach me, he'd get mad. He beat me up twice and I still forgave him. Okay, so fast forward to 2016. I went to the same varsity as him. We were now staying closer to each other and we'd see each other all the time. So he got too busy and I wasn't getting his attention anymore. That's when I started talking to this other guy and I ended up cheating on him. I regret it to this day. He found out about it, beat me up, and everything was just a mess. I was young and I honestly didn't know better, so we broke up after that, and I was really feeling guilty and I wanted him back, so I ended up giving up. After a few days, he came back and he said he forgave me. I smell trouble. I believed him, obviously, so because I loved him and wanted to fix things. Little did I know he was just back for revenge. What a child. He cheated on me with multiple girls, and I forgave him because I was feeling guilty about what I did. Is nobody gonna talk about the abuse? Like, what you did was wrong, fine, but is nobody going to? Okay, like he's physically abusive at this point. Okay, fine. But that didn't stop. He still continued cheating and sometimes would ill-treat me. Sometimes. But I'd forgive him, you know. Trust me, he was a good guy to me in terms of things he'd do for me, but he became emotionally abusive and sometimes physically. Every time I tried to leave him, he'd manipulate his way back into my life until I fell pregnant. It always sucks when, like, you hear things like this and then a baby gets involved. So when I fell pregnant, he convinced me to keep the baby in 2018. So you didn't even want to keep the baby. Shit, everything was smooth at that time until I had to come home to give birth. He started cheating on me and he became so distant. Oh, you can't tell me this was because you cheated that time. You can't convince me that's the reason. You can't tell me. You cannot tell me that's the reason. He was insecure way before you cheated. You can't convince me that it's your fault. And I think that's what she's trying to do. She's trying to convince me that it's because she did it one time and now he was lashing out. No. Anyway, I still forgave him because I wanted us to be a happy family, but it didn't stop. I eventually started talking to other boys. Oh my God. He found out and got mad because he thought I was cheating on him. I tried leaving, but we'd always get back together. I never cheated on him again after the first incident. I'd just talk to niggas and flirt, but never have sex with them. What the fuck is happening? This is so toxic. Mind you, I used to apologize every now and then because I was really in regret. He made me believe that he forgave me, and he just came back to destroy me. He didn't come back for revenge. This is just toxic. There's no revenge here. You guys are just toxic. Fast forward to now, he broke up with me and said he'd moved on, and I'm really heartbroken. I'm not okay. I'm suicidal, depressed. I'm trying my best, but I'm crumbling. I can't even move on. I keep blaming myself. Bro, I can't forgive myself. I love him so much, and he recently just told me that he stopped loving me a long time ago. He was just jealous. That's why he didn't want to leave. He didn't want to see me with anyone else. He made me comfortable just to leave me. I'm so heartbroken. Please help. You were in a relationship with the devil. Like, this guy would beat you up because, yeah, Shelwa. Like, literally the second sentence, she's like, I fell in love with him and everything was going smooth until he started being insecure. So whenever other niggas would approach me, he'd get mad. He beat me up twice and I still forgave him. That was the second sentence. Do you understand? So that's what I'm saying. Like, yes, she cheated, like, in the third paragraph, but he had started his shit mad before that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was mad malicious. Like, this was a malicious man. He was insecure, and the fact that you cheated just, like, erupted him. Like, it erupted him. The fact that in the last sentence you said, I love him so much, and recently he told me that he stopped loving me a long time ago. If he moved on, why would he even tell you things like this? He was just jealous. That's why he didn't want me to leave. He didn't want anyone else to be with me. He made me comfortable just to leave me. Do you understand, like, how broken somebody must be for them to first make you comfortable and then do that just to prepare you for heartbreak and to break? Do you get what I'm saying, guys? Like, do you understand how, like, the fact that people will, like, and that's, this thing happens so often. Like, when I look at, like, very toxic situations, it's like you guys will forgive each other and you guys will have a good time or whatever, and then the cheating will seem like it came out of the blue, but quite honestly, it was premeditated. Like, it was he knew he was gonna do it. Do you understand? Like, the when she says he made me comfortable just to leave me, like he wanted to make sure that you had the most intense feeling of hurt so that you could be broken because of him. He wanted to break you. And that is somebody, I feel, I'm not a psychologist, but if somebody wants to like heighten your hurt and make sure that you feel it in an excruciating way, like they want to drag it out, that person is dealing with some hectic psychological issues. Like wanting and needing people to be broken from you is hectic. It is hectic. It is hectic, you guys. Like if you are in a mental state where just events in your life have made you desire to hurt people to the highest degree that you possibly can, and also it's like men, like he literally cheated on you when you were giving birth, when you had to go back home to go give birth, right? It's like men that cheat when you're pregnant, like they heighten the experience. They want you to feel it like at like they want to heighten that experience. They want to make sure that you experience every single bit, every single ounce of that heartbreak. Like they don't want to leave anything. They don't want you to feel good at any point at all. And that is mental illness. Not only is he physically abusive, not only is he emotionally abusive, but this man is crazy. He's insane. He's mad, dude. Like, what is that even called? Like, what is it? It must be some sort of like narcissism to the point where you want somebody to break because of you. He must have gone through some serious shit, okay? Like he must have some hectic mental issues and some hectic daddy issues, or something must have happened to him in his childhood, because this is crazy. This is crazy. And the fact that you guys keep going back and forth, you keep flirting with other people and he keeps... No. And then you guys involve the child, dog. Oh, I think that's my thing. Like, you guys really involved a child. And I think the fact that he made you keep the baby was just a way for him to heighten the hurt even more. This was all a little game for him. He's a fucking narcissist. He wanted, basically, if you had his baby, you would never heal from him. And that's what he wanted, because you'd always have that child. Like, that child would always be there. You'd never properly heal and forget about him. He would always be in the back of your mind because you are raising his seed. Do you understand how, like, he's evil? He's evil. Yeah, but also you, like, dude, like the constant talking to other men and entertaining other men, and you also, I feel like to a degree, were like trying to hurt him back, but you just didn't have the heart to go and cheat again. And that's just hectic. Like, toxic relationships are hectic. And unfortunately, dude, you fell pregnant. You're gonna have this guy in your life for the rest of your life. He can do this until he's tired, because you have his child. So he'll want to see his child, and he might use his child as another weapon to like come see you and make sure he's in your space and just make sure that you're not okay. Do you know how fucking... Ugh. It's the narcissism for me. It's the you can't heal from me for me. Do you know what I'm saying? You're in hell. I'm so sorry. Even if you heal from like this, your child is his biggest weapon at this point. Like, your child is exactly what he needed. Exactly what he needed. Even if you heal from what he did and the abuse and all of that shit, the fact that he tried to break you down emotionally by being emotionally abusive, and then physically by being physically abusive, and then he made you keep his child. Like, he's been breaking you down since 2015. That he's been working at chiseling you down and making you as small as possible since 2015, and now he has the perfect weapon. He's got the child. That's his weapon. Like, he did it. Like he's evil is all I really can say. I can't even say take that strength or take that power away from him, but honestly, the biggest weapon like you can use against a narcissist, if you not necessarily ignore, like I said, you can't ignore this guy, but if you can set a boundary and stick to it and be like, okay, me and you only talk because of the baby. If you have anything else to say to me, I'm not going to speak to you, I'm not going to interact, I'm not going to answer you. Do you know what I'm saying? That lack of if you cut off access when you're dealing with a narcissist, that's one of your most powerful weapons, just to like cut off access. They'll go crazy. If you don't entertain them the way that they want to be entertained, you'll drive a narcissist insane. And if you like create boundaries and really stick to them. But if you then go ahead and let him talk you into it, and like that's the thing, like he emotionally and physically abused you, so there's a chance that you aren't necessarily strong enough to create those boundaries and stick to them. But if you get yourself to that point where you're strong enough emotionally to create a boundary and stick to it and mize him if he has anything to talk to you about except your child, you can do it. Do you know what I'm saying? If you can just get yourself to that point where you're just like, I will not let this person interact with me. Because like I said, the biggest weapon you've got against a narcissist is to cut off access. So yeah, dude, that's literally all I can say, because wow. Ooh, it's getting hot. All right guys, so I hope you enjoyed that. That was interesting. Let me know in the comment section down below how often you guys want us to do babe sessions. I'm willing to do it as much as you guys want, but yeah, no, that was wild. Thank you guys so much for entrusting me with this information. Shout out to you guys, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, let me know in the comment section down below. And yeah, wow, okay, so yeah, if you guys enjoyed, let me know in the comment section down below, and I will see you in our next video. Bye guys.